6 years after the fall of the Taliban, Afghan refugees are still returning home. Aman Abdullah is returning after more than a decade in Pakistan. He is happy to be back, he says, but worries about how he will support his family.
We're a family of 8, and finding a way to feed all of them will be very difficult. I don't have a house in Afghanistan or land, and I don't have a job. I hope that the government will provide us with a job.
His fears are well-founded. While more than 5 million Afghans have returned to their country, the fragile economy has not been able to support them. Growing insecurity hampers development and discourages international investment. Jobs are scarce, and many who are returning have no home, no land, and few prospects.
I was hopeful that when I came back, I would receive a house and some land. And that is the reason I came back. And now I am back, and you can see how we are living.
Sultan Jan and his family of 9 live in the squalid squatter community a few miles from the Pakistan border. They had hoped the government would give them a plot of land through a scheme to allocate property to the most needy. 3 years on, Sultan Jan is still waiting. His entire family shares this one room. He works as a laborer, earning an equivalent of $2 to $3 a day, when he can find work.
There are no choices for me. I can only be here and work. There is no other choice. What else can I do?
In some areas of the country, the scheme is taking hold. Sheikh Mesri is one of 5 pilot projects. So far, the government has handed over more than 40,000 small plots to needy returnees or displaced persons. They pay about $100 for the land.
I'll build my house here and I'll stay here a long time.
3 years after it began, the combined efforts of the Afghan government and the UN Refugee Agency have brought concrete results. What was a barren landscape has been transformed into the village of Sheikh Mesri. Hazrat Khan and his family returned 3 years ago and bought their plot and built a house. He said the early days were very hard.
The problem was that when we arrived, there was no shelter and no wood for the fire, and the children suffered. It was difficult. But now we have a house and a school, and that's the reason I feel comfortable.
But Hazrat's family is one of the lucky ones. Because of limited resources, the housing scheme has helped only a fraction of those returning. Afghanistan is still recovering from decades of war, and the majority are coming back to destroyed homes, increasing insecurity, and little prospect of finding a job. Communities like Sultan Jan's that are still squatting on land cannot get funding for the basic facilities for living, such as primary schools, health clinics, or water wells, until they get title to the land. Until then, they, and so many others, continue to live on the edge.